I have been seeing so many TikTok hacks on how to improve your winter builds, and I do want to make my builds better, and I know a lot of other people do too. So today I'm going to be testing the TikTok hacks. I've already done spring and fall, but I have not done winter yet, so we're gonna see how they do. And sometimes I'm not the best explainer, so the links to all the TikToks will be in the description. Hack number 1 are these cute little decorative presents. This hack is actually very simple when you think about it. Basically, all you're doing is placing a basic shape and putting the decorations inside of it before you add the present. So you have a base here and you just add decorations to it, and I'm gonna try and do the same ones they did in the video, and you're gonna have to resize most of these because it is kind of tiny. After that, you just paint them the color you want, and I'm gonna do pink. They actually add another tree here, and I think mine is kind of too big. Oh, I have room in the back. Okay, then from here all you have to do is add another basic shape to it. I think they used a semi-transparent and I used a transparent, so I can still switch the top to it, but the bottom one is still gonna be transparent. Now it's just adding structurals around the place so it looks like a present. And you know how presents have the little ribbons around them? So they did this by adding another cube and then just decorating it or painting it like a different texture, and the textures came out in the update, and I think they added a new one and I kind of like it, but I'm not sure if they did or not. So there's these two, and I thought there was another one, but I'm not gonna use that one. I'm gonna use the snowflakes. Dude, this hack is actually so cute, but they do end up using a lot of structurals because now I have to outline the ribbon, and my jobs with structurals are not the best. I get very impatient and just slap things together, and you can see that multiple times throughout my channel. And the last thing they do is add a little bow on the top, and you can't just place it there, so you have to take a basic shape and do it. And when you're done, you should be able to copy and paste it. I like this hack a lot. I liked it when I saw it in the video. I'm only gonna show you the front because the back is not as pretty, but I think you can definitely use these like on your front porch or something. They're a good decoration to have because, you know, they're not in the game. They're not like a normal thing. So I really like this one. I think this one works. This next hack is so freaking cute. There's like 2 or 3 of them in here. So there's a tree on top of a car, the presents on top of a car, and I think a chair on top of it. I don't really want to do the chair one, but I'll do the Rudolph one and the presents. Basically, to start this one, it's kind of the same as the other one. You take a basic shape and shape it to around the size of the roof. It might be good to have your grid on for this one, and I would double check that it would fit before you put it on because, you know, this is how you double check things. So let's make this a lot smaller. So we have our base, and now we just stack presents on top of it. It's kind of simple. It's exactly what it looks like. She uses 3 or 4 different types. You can always change the layout of this, and you don't have to add so many presents. I want mine to look like hers, so I'm gonna do it. Doing these hacks gets very tedious, but if you want a lot of detail in your house, do them because they do it a lot. Now that you have your little stack of presents, you gotta place it close to the car and then just transform it so it's gonna pretend like it's on the car. And again, I'm not gonna show you the other angle because you're only getting one side. Second one is the tree, and you're gonna start off doing the same thing. Put a basic shape down, and I think for the actual tree part, they just did more basic shapes, but which ones they did, I don't know. I think it might just be the triangle spear ones, or the cone, that's what they're called. I think this one's a lot simpler than the presents one because you don't have to do a lot of placing. I believe it's only 3 cones too. You just have to do different sizes for them. And I believe the star is just gonna be in decorations, though I don't remember seeing it. I don't think I've ever used that decoration before. It's not even coming up in search. Maybe it's just in general decorations. Star. Oh, okay, it is. Dude, I'm actually so smart. And then from here, it's pretty simple. You just color and paint them the way you wanted them to be, and do the same thing you did on the first one and just place it on top of the car. My tree looks a little wonky. Dude, this is actually so cute. I think they did a third one, which was Rudolph, which I see that one in real life literally all the time. Okay, they do. This one is really, really simple. It's just basic shapes, and for the nose, you just do a sphere and place it in front, and then just make it smaller because that's a big nose. The antlers are actually pretty simple too. I'll do them on the ground so they'll be copy and pastable. They're the spheres, and you just scale them to be a good height. Stack another on top of it and then slant them to the side, and then do the same thing so there's 2 little things hanging down, and then do the same thing, and then you're gonna copy and paste this and put them on both sides. I don't know what texture to make these. What texture is antlers? Okay, there's one side, so now I just have to do the other one. Okay, there's a little Rudolph car. That's so cute. So there are 3 of our cars. There was another one that they put a chair on top of, but it wasn't really Christmassy for me, so I just did the Rudolph, a tree, and presents. The presents are definitely my favorite because I don't know, it's something about them. There's like a lot to it, but it's really, really cute. I think this one would make more sense if the tree was going horizontally because, you know, a lot of people strap their trees to the top of their roofs. Car roofs, to be clear. But this one is still so cute. And then the Rudolph one, oh my god. I wish you could drive this around because, you know, obviously none of these you can drive off with, but this one is literally so cute. The third hack is this like cute little cart you can put hot chocolate on, any decorations really. It's basically like a food cart cart. So how they start this one is they take something from maintenance, which is the thing you would find in like Home Depot, if you know what I mean, like the carts that push things. Maybe it's not in maintenance. Is it in miscellaneous? Scratch that, guys. It's in miscellaneous. So you take a cart, actually very nicely sized, and then take a basic shape, and you're gonna want to place it on the floor because you can't place it on the actual cart, and make it around the size because we just don't want the base of the cart to look like the rest of it. So make the shape the exact size of the cart, copy and paste that shape and put it on top of itself, and then transform this one up so you have like a second shelf. And then to connect the other side of the cart here, I think they just took more basic shapes. They could have done structural. I think they did for part of it. Nah, that looks thick, so I think they used structural for both of them. So this is the base to our cart. Now we just kind of add the decorations. I think this one was mainly used for kind of hot chocolate. I remember my middle school had something like this. It was like the day before Christmas break, and they were giving out hot chocolate, and I can't say it was the best hot chocolate, but I mean, we got hot chocolate. Ooh, I forgot they had these retro things. Those are kind of cute. I'm not doing any special decorations. I'm just copying what's in the picture. This one is pretty simple, so it's not really hard to do. When you're done decorating it, just color it the way you want it to be. They did add little gingerbread lights on the front of it, which I don't think I've ever used these kind of lights, but I should start using them because they're really cute. So here's our Christmas food cart. I really like it. I think it's just for hot chocolate, but there are cake stands and stuff down here. I think this would be really cute if you had some sort of commercial building to go with it, or some sort of restaurant, but overall I think this one's really, really cute, and I do think it works. Again, you can't push it anywhere, but it's good for decorational purposes. The next hack is this cute melted snowman. Start this hack by basic shapes, and you're just gonna make 3 identical ones. You could do different sizes because I think it would be more realistic that way, because like as you go up the snowman, the sizes of the balls get smaller. But I'm gonna do the same 3 ones, and then for the hat you use another cylinder, and you're gonna make the bottom a little bit thicker. So I'll do something like that, and then I'm gonna do the same thing but make it a little bit smaller so I have the color, like the red ribbon around the hat. Place another shape on top of that and make that one a little bit taller for the rest of the hat, and that's pretty much it for that one. Everything else is pretty much scaling a cylinder down and painting it black because these will be the dots on the snowman. And I don't see a scarf on the snowman, which usually there's a scarf, and I don't see any hands either. So if you want to add those, you can. But this hack is actually so cute. Oh. Try not to make the eyes too far apart because then they look scary. And then for the nose, you just use structurals and just make a triangle. Hopefully this one shouldn't take me long, but we always know how this goes. That doesn't look right. Does that look like a triangle? I mean, it's a triangle, but does it look like a nose? We're gonna call it good enough. She has her cylinders sticking out, but I'm gonna put mine more in just so it's not as 3D because it's like technically it's melting. So there's your melted snowman. I think if you wanted to, again, you can add the little arms or a scarf because those are other things you can do for a snowman. She did add also little dirt piles that are painted snow, but you know, I didn't do that because the rest is snow anyway. So I think this hack is very cute and it does work. This next hack is gonna make me go insane. The amount of basic shapes that are used in here are just way too much for my small brain. So they start off with another cylinder, shape it down so it's flat, maybe down a little bit more, and then they add another one on top of it and make that one a little bit smaller, and then they do another one on top of that. They do some sort of sphere, I think it's a sphere, but then it's just shaped down all the way. They add another cylinder on top of that, so I don't think it's supposed to be sticking out here. I think this is supposed to be like flat, and then this one's supposed to be on top of it, so there's like a little bit of curve, I think the purpose was, but mine looks kind of thick. So they take one of those and put it on top of the other one. Oh, never mind, they make it smaller. Just kidding. Oh, they make this go down and then add a sphere on top of it again, like that taller, so it gives you like a post look now, maybe like that tall, maybe. And then I think they do yet another sphere, and this is when I get really confused if it doesn't already show already. They had a triangle with a cone again, yet another sphere goes on top of that, and it goes a little bit inside, so you only have some point, like a little bit of the cone showing. Then they take that and copy and paste it, and then they take another one of those and put it on top of it, and then make it down, move it down. Then they put a ball on top of that square and make it a little bit smaller, and then on top of this they're gonna add a triangle, like transparent cube. The light in the lamppost is gonna have like an angle to it, which is actually pretty realistic. They just take one of these pyramids and make it a light, but to make it look like an actual light you have to flip it upside down. How people have the time to do this and come up with these ideas is way beyond me. I feel like this hack is gonna be the one I say basic shapes in the most, and for good reasons. This one's so confusing. They do another pyramid and then a ball on top of it. For structurals, they add some to contour the light, so on all of these corners, and then they add another one so you can have like banners on the side, basically the ones that stick out in the middle of the lamppost. For the light, I think they take the small square light or the box one, I don't know what it's called, the light box, and then they just scale it down, and then they just paint the rest of it. The last thing they do is add a wreath, and I think that's pretty much it. it. So this is our festive lamppost. It took a lot to do, but it is also really realistic if you're doing a town or something. If I had the patience to actually do this, I would. It is very time consuming, but I would say it's worth it because it is really realistic. So this one definitely works. The next one I found in someone else's living room. This hack didn't give you a tutorial on how to do it, but I know how you can. It was basically just something in the background. It's a peppermint ottoman, and it just takes a lot of peppermint pillows. So you're gonna make a base and you're gonna paint it white, or you could do the red, and then take a peppermint pillow and transform it so it's flat, and it might have to do on a different scale because it's still kind of slanted. So you're gonna repeat this process 3 more times. So right now I'm going to place the top one, but you want all of these colors right here to align, so all the whites go with the whites. So don't make them twist unless you want them to. This one is pretty simple, but it's just a peppermint ottoman. It doesn't take a lot to do and it is really cute, so this one definitely works. I can see this one being useful in like a gingerbread house, and that might be useful later. This next hack is actually wrapping paper, and I did see another one that was very similar to this one but added a little bit more, but I don't know where the TikTok went. It was basically the same thing, but they added a wood center, so it's like the cardboard in the middle. So you make it as small as it can be, and then make the same one over again, but make it just a little bit bigger, and this part's gonna be the actual wrapping paper. Paint the outside one like a wrapping paper, and then the inside one like kind of like a cardboard, and then take another basic shape and put it right next to it, because this is gonna be when the wrapping paper is like rolled out, and then paint it the same color as a wrapping paper. So this one's pretty simple. I added presents just to show that it's wrapping paper, because I don't know, maybe you don't think this is, but if it's around Christmas stuff, I think you get the point. But I think this one is really cute. The last hack isn't really a building hack, but I still like to use it a lot. With the new ticket system for winter, a lot of people are going up to the snow and just pressing them like this, and it takes so much longer to do because your character actually has to do it, and there's a lot of time that goes into it. So instead of doing that, you can get in a car and do it just from your car. It is better on computer, but you can still do it. So you just go right up to the snow piles, and it kind of goes a little bit behind, and just press E, and it is so much faster to do it this way. Sometimes you have to realign, but basically it is so much better. So that hack will save you a lot of time during the winter update. So those are some hacks that you can use in the winter time. If you liked today's video, make sure to like and subscribe because it does help the channel. And if you are not already in my Discord server, what are you doing? The link to all my socials will be in the description, along with all the links to the TikTok hacks. So in case I didn't explain them well enough, which I know I didn't, you can go down there and find them for yourself. But yeah, I'll see you next week.